Hey everyone, welcome to this week's version of Workout Wednesday. It's Mallory here. I'm going to be guiding you through today's workout. So today I have designed a full body workout for you. So we're going to be starting on the mat, just doing some light stretching, kind of getting things loosened up. And then we're going to be moving into some glute strengthening on our sides and on all fours. And then we're going to come to a position and do some upper body strengthening. And then after that, we'll kind of go through a cool down to some light stretches. So some things to have handy. I've got a mat here, so I'm comfortable, but soft carpet will definitely work. And then once we move into our upper body strengthening section, I've got two small 2-pound dumbbells. So if you want to grab those and have those handy, if that's in your skill set and you feel comfortable using weights, you could always use water bottles, canned goods, something like that you have around the house, but keep it light because we usually do lots of reps, so you don't need to have a big heavy dumbbell. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to make my way over onto my mat over here. And I should also say before we get started, because we will be doing stuff on hands and knees, if it's more comfortable for you to have like a small dish towel or face towel, so you could roll that up and prop that under your wrist just to give you a little bit more support so they're not at full wrist extension. So feel free to grab that too before we get started. All right, I think that covers everything. We can go ahead and get warmed up, get loosened up a little bit. So go ahead and carefully come back onto your back for me. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start with some breathing and moving our arms up overhead. So go ahead and sweep those arms. I want you to take a deep breath in. Bring arms up overhead, all the way up, and then exhale. Sweep them down and around towards the side. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, sweep down and around towards the side. Just trying to get everything loosened up. Try to make sure, even when we're here on our back, that core is engaged, your back is nice and flat. You don't want it to arch. As we inhale and reach up overhead, exhale, sweep down. Just a few more here. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep over, down and around. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go into an opposition stretch. So I'm going to extend my right leg long and then use my left arm to lift all the way up overhead. And the idea is we're getting a whole body stretch. So from the heel of my right foot all the way to the heel of my left hand. I'm going to take a deep breath in here. Exhale, maybe go 1 inch further, reaching for opposite ends. Kind of think about looking Gumby here. And then we're going to switch, do the same thing on the other side. So now our left leg is going to extend long, right leg reach up overhead, deep breath in, exhale, reach for opposite ends, feeling a good stretch all the way from heel of your hand to heel of your foot. Let's do 1 more on both sides. Go ahead, opposite arm, opposite leg, deep breath in, exhale, good. I'm not making you guys go through a terrible cardio warm up this time, so that's always nice. Deep breath in, exhale, 1 inch further if you can, stay there for a second, and release. All right, so now we're gonna come sitting upright. So I'm gonna prop myself up on my right arm. I've got my knees bent and then kind of relaxed off to the side like this. So what we're gonna do is called a mermaid stretch. So you're gonna take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall, and as we exhale, we're gonna come down onto this right forearm while this left arm reaches up overhead. I'm gonna try to drive that top hip down so we're getting nice lengthening on the side of our trunk wall here. Stay here for 1 deep breath in, deep breath out. Go 1 inch further if that's there. Oh yeah, that's a good one. And then to come back to center, we're gonna push ourselves up. So we've got that kind of kickstand. And then if you feel balanced enough, you can reach up and over with that opposite arm. Beautiful. Let's do 1 more while we're still here on this outstretched arm, and then we'll switch and do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead, deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. Exhale as you come down onto that forearm, and then reach that arm up and over. If you're trying to reach that opposite wall, remember to keep that top hip down. If you come up like this, you're shortening the length. Deep breath in here. Exhale. This is one of my most favorite stretches. It's a great one for the side of your body. Go ahead and push up onto that arm and then reach over this way. All right, we're gonna do that same thing, nice and balanced. Same thing on the other side. So bend those knees, have your feet off to the side. You've got your left stand now that's serving as your kickstand, so to speak. And then you're gonna take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, come down, reaching for that now left side of my wall. Good. Keep that top hip down, stay for one deep breath in, deep breath out. And then push onto that arm, reach up and over with that left arm now. I don't do these enough. These are great stretches. Okay, one more on this side. Deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, coming down onto that left forearm. Really think about driving that top hip down. Getting all, we're going for elongation here. One more deep breath in. And push up. And then stretch up and over. Honestly, you could stop the video here if you wanted to. You just got a few minutes of good stretching in. So that's all you have time for. I think that would be a great way to kind of break up your workday, incorporate some of these stretches. But if you're staying with us, go ahead and make your way onto your side. We'll just come down onto, I'm going to come down on my left side since I'm already kind of here. So we're going to do clamshells and then 2 other hip strengthening exercises while we're on this side. And then we're going to switch to hands and knees. So I'm going to bring my left arm out long. That's going to be my pillow. You know we got to do clamshells. So hips are stacked, knees are stacked. My top arm is kind of like my little kickstand here. Core's engaged, keeping your back nice and flat. Then we're going to open up that top knee and slowly release down. This hip should not move. It should not roll back as you're opening up that knee. Right here for 15 total. And then we're going to extend that top leg. Every time I think I'm good with these, then I do them here and I get tired after like 4. Just a few more. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and extend that top leg now. And you can see I've got my toes pulled up towards my face, really cueing with that core. Make sure it's pulled in. And then you're going to lift up just slightly higher than hip height and slowly back down. Go ahead and lift up, slow back down. Good thing, we're here for 15. Just 10 more. Five more. 3, 2, 1. Woo. All right, back into those clamshells whenever you're ready. Once you kind of have the motion down, try to keep a nice flat back and try not to bend forward to be looking at the screen if you're able to. All right, go ahead and engage that core and then lift up. And then slowly lower that top leg. Lowering with control is the key. And then also not letting that top hip roll back. Whoops. Same thing, 15 over here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So instead of switching side to side, we're really working this side to fatigue before we switch to the other side. All right, you know what to do. Go ahead and extend that top leg, let it kind of rest down on the ground, and then lift up slightly higher than hip height, and slowly come back down. Definitely keep breathing. Over time, as you get better, you can add in, you can tie a TheraBand around your legs just to get a bit more resistance when you're doing the clamshells. But for me, going against gravity is plenty. 3 more, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and rub out that top leg. Just 1 more to do over here. We're going to do 10 big circles with our leg coming forward, and then 10 coming back, and then we're done on this side. We'll switch and go to the other side. So go ahead, check in on your form. Cores engaged, nice flat back. And then I'm gonna do my kicks. I guess I'm going backwards first. The 10 here. 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and if you're able to go straight into those 10, coming back, reverse. Still, even though it's a bigger motion, try to minimize a lot of sway in your hips. I know these glutes are tired. 4, 3, 2, oh my goodness, 1. Oh, wow. Okay, take a second, roll out that top hip, and then we're going to come on hands and knees before we move to the other side. So I've got my hands directly beneath my shoulders, my knees are hip width apart. This would be a good time to either pad up and put something beneath your knees or to put something directly beneath your hands. And then my core is engaged. I've got a nice flat back, so if I was gonna put a glass of water here, it would not tip. Okay, so what you're gonna do, so let's start with our right leg. I'm gonna extend my right leg long, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna cross that leg over so that you're tapping onto your left side, kick straight up, and then let me come forward, I'm kicking my couch. Okay, so reset here. All right, so you're gonna kick straight out, cross over so that I'm tapping almost at the left corner of my mat, then I come straight up to center, tap towards this corner of my mat. So almost like you're drawing the top of a triangle. So we got left, center, tap right, tap center, tap left, tap right. And then keep those shoulders away from your ears. Keep your core engaged. Just 5 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, if it feels okay, feel free to bring your knees a bit wider and you can sink down to child's pose for a second. Stretch those arms out long in front of you. Maybe roll out your wrists if that feels okay. We're gonna do 10 more on the other side before rolling over onto our opposite hip. Okay, so go ahead and reset here, and then extend that left leg long. And then I'm gonna kick over to the side, back up to center, and then tap left. So again, drawing the top part of a triangle here. Try not to sink down into those shoulders. Think about pushing the earth away from you with your hands. Good, just 5 more here. 3, 2, and 1. I think you might have done 1 extra, but that's all right. Okay, go ahead and switch. Now we're gonna lay on your right side or opposite of wherever you were before. Okay, so now my right arm's extending long out in front of me. It's kind of acting as my pillow. And then I've got my hips and knees stacked, bent at 90 degrees here at the hip and then 90 degrees there at the knee. Core's engaged, I have a nice flat back, and then we're gonna go right into clamshells. So you know what to do. Go ahead and open up that top hip and then lower down with control. Sometimes I like to keep one hand here just as a cue to prevent me from rolling back, especially as we get tired, but you could always gently place that top hand there also for some stability. But really the stability should be coming from our center, should be coming from our core. That's what's preventing us from rolling all the way back. Now let's count 3 more. 2, 1. All right, go ahead and extend that top leg. Pull those toes up towards your face, making sure they're pointing straight ahead. And whenever you're ready, lift up just slightly higher than hip height and slowly back down. Up, slow back down. Good. So 15 of each of these, just 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I make faces once I get tired. Okay, so last set of clamshells for the day, and then we'll be coming up to standing here shortly. All right, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and get all set up for clamshells. Up that top leg, and then slow back down. Seven, 8, going to 15, 10, just 5 more. Keep breathing. 2 more. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our last set of our straight leg lift and lower. All right, go ahead. Pull those toes up towards your face. Got your kickstand there if you need it. Slowly lift up and back down. I'm only getting quiet because I'm concentrating and trying to have a good form. Just a few more, almost done. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, like Jello. Feel free to roll up that top hip, give it a little bit of love. All right, we are gonna do one more set of on our hands and knees and doing those kind of crossing over, and then I promise we're done with glute strengthening for the day. All right, so go ahead and get situated on your mat again. So hands directly beneath my shoulders. And when I say not, I don't want you to be here sinking down into your shoulders. So think about pushing your shoulder blades towards the side of your trunk or pushing the earth away from you. Core is engaged. Nice flat back. Let's go ahead and do the right leg first since we just worked the left. And then you're gonna lift up, cross over, lift up, and then cross back. I'm always hitting something. All right, so try that again, lift up, cross over, and then over again. So if you are on a yoga mat, I think a good distance is basically trying to tap both corners of your mat. All right, just a few more here. 3, 2, and 1. Need more space for this. All right, I'm gonna take a second and just sink back down into child's pose. My glutes are killing me. Let my forehead relax. And then just roll out those wrists before we move into that last set on the left side. Okay. Let's get all set up. Let's get this done with. All right, extending my left leg long, my core is engaged, shoulders away from my ears. I'm gonna lift up, cross over, and I'm still hitting my bike. Okay, let's try again. Lift up, cross over, and then tap back over that way. Nice job. Halfway there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we did it. All right, before we come up to standing, let's just take a second and stretch out our glutes so that we don't have to come back to the mat after our upper body strengthening. So I'm gonna ask if you wouldn't mind coming onto your back one more time. But this part should actually feel good. Okay, so either you can cross one leg over the top and then you're gonna, oh my goodness, grab underneath that thigh that's for the leg that's not crossed over, or, and basically you should be feeling a stretch on the leg that's crossed up and over. So I'm feeling it outside my left hip right now. It's definitely where I need it. That's one option. Other option is letting that right leg go long while I pull that left leg across my body. Almost like I'm trying to pull it across and then towards my opposite armpit. My favorite is this one, so I'm gonna go back to this one. If it doesn't feel comfortable to grab under with your arms, you can always take like a belt or a pillowcase or a sheet just to give you a little bit more pull. Let's go ahead and switch. So take whatever variation you like. This is my favorite. I just feel like I get a better stretch this way. And you should be feeling it pretty much instantly. This is designed to stretch all of those areas that we just worked pretty hard on. So just a few more here. All right. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and make our way up to standing. And then grab my weights here. And then I do just need to change my camera here real quick. Make sure you guys can see me okay. As long as you can see my upper half, that should be good. All right, so just to kind of get our upper body warmed up, we're gonna move into some standing punches first. Sorry, I'm actually gonna move you guys a bit more. There we go. Third time's a charm. There we go. All right. So what I want you to do is take a nice power stance here. So if you're right-handed, your right leg is going to go slightly behind, and then your left leg will be in front. If you're left-handed, it'll be opposite. So you're kind of in this power stance here. We're going to do some punches like this for 30 seconds, and then we're going to pick up our weights. Okay. Keep that torso strong. If this hurts your back, really try to minimize a ton of torso twisting like this, especially if it's going to bother your back. But we're kind of going for cardio, a little bit of strengthening, working out any of that, midweek stress that you may have. So I've got my left leg forward, right leg behind me, small bend in both my knees, and then we're going to punch it out. If you're looking for an added challenge, you could always add in very light weights while you do this. So we're going to do this one more time before we're done today, and I am going to add in my my 2-pound weights for this second round. Keep going. And play some Rocky music here. 10 more seconds. I'm gonna try to bust it out here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so go ahead and pick up your light weights if you're using them. You certainly don't have to use any weights at all. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into, basically it's gonna look like a small little mini squat, and then we're gonna turn and reach and punch towards opposites, almost like you're get something off the shelf, but you're using your weights as you punch up toward that top shelf. So I do just like a baby little mini squat down, and then I'm going to be turning my left leg, picking up my foot, turning my left leg as I'm punching up towards that top shelf. And then I come back to center. So a little mini squat down, turn and punch. Mini squat down, turn and punch. Watch your knees when you're turning, that you're actually picking up your foot and turning instead of just pivoting on a planted foot. That's not going to feel great on your knee. And then in between punches, I just kind of have my weights here together and I keep them in close to my chest. So we're getting in a little bit of a weighted squat. And then also working upper body while we do our punches. And then while you're squatting down to whatever degree feels comfortable for you, make sure those knees aren't collapsing inward. All right, do 5 more on each side. Pick up the pace a little bit here. Three, 2, 1. All right, now we're going to go straight into bicep curls and then hammer curls. So bicep curls, palms forward. My weights are in my hand, elbows locked in, it's at my side. Feet are about hip width apart. I've got a small bend in my knees and I can't really see. And then we're just gonna curl up toward your shoulders and then slowly control back down. Here for 15, and then switch into those hammer curls. Basically, we just turn the weight so that they're facing each other. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and turn. So now my palms are facing each other. I still have my elbows locked in at my side, small bend in my knees, and then you're gonna curl up this way. 15 here. We're gonna repeat this sequence one other time, and then you are done for the day. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. One other thing to mention with the bicep curls, make sure that your upper arm isn't moving at all. You're not using your momentum to swing the weights back and forth. Your trunk stays nice and strong, your core is engaged, and then you're just bending at the elbow right there. Okay, one more round of our little mini squats with the turn and reach, and then we're gonna do biceps, and then we're all done. All right, so go ahead and get set up for your kind of mini squat here. So my feet are about at 10 and 2. I'm gonna sneak my way back into my heels. And then as I come up, I turn my foot and I punch. So we're working our quads and our glutes by adding in this squat while getting in our shoulder work. If the squat doesn't feel good for you, you could always just alternate between turning and reaching up overhead. No matter which option you are choosing, your core is staying strong, your shoulders are staying relaxed down, and you're breathing. Good, 5 more on each side. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's finish up with our 2 sets of bicep curls and you'll be all done. Okay, so bring those elbows in at your side, palms facing up, and then you're gonna curl up. Really cue into that breathing. I know that last one kind of gets your heart rate up a bit. So while you're here doing more of a simple movement, trying to take some nice deep breaths in, deep breath out. Good. And then I lost track. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead and turn those weights so your palms are facing each other, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Same thing. And this one especially, you're gonna wanna use your momentum to curl up towards your shoulders. Really focus on just bending at the elbow joint. Almost there. 5 more. 2, and 1. All right, we are done with those weights. Go ahead and ditch those. Let's just do a little upper body cool down, then you'll be all done. So go ahead and give me nice 5 big shoulder rolls backwards, and then 5 shoulder rolls forwards. And come forward. Last one. And then let's end with a nice cross body stretch. So I'm gonna bring one arm across my body, grabbing with my other arm, giving a good pull across, making sure your shoulders stay relaxed down. You made it. A few more seconds here. And go ahead and switch, same thing on the other side. Deep breath in and exhale. Remember, you can always comment about things you like, things you didn't like, things maybe you like to see in the coming weeks. Certainly open for suggestions. So try to keep it interesting for everybody, but would love some feedback. So feel free to provide some. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next week.